And let's bring in former Senior Director for Counterterrorism on the National Security Council, Javed Ali, for more analysis. Hi, Javed. So the AP is reporting some personnel are being ordered to evacuate a U.S. base in Qatar. How significant is that?
So, Diane, nice to be with you here from Ann Arbor this morning. And so if the reporting is accurate, that there might be either a shelter in place or ordered departures of individuals in places like the U.S. Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar or other places around the Middle East, it shows that potentially there could be some imminent military operations or other types of operations against the regime in Iran. And then these kind of moves that are being announced are done more on a defensive or from a defensive perspective to make sure that if Iran then tries to retaliate against whatever those actions are against it, that it may try to strike Al-Udeid Air Base or other U.S. facilities in the region.
And you say Iran's military and security capabilities were significantly damaged after U.S. strikes there last summer. How do you expect that to affect the regime's ability to handle these protests?
So this is a really important question, Diane. And in the aftermath of Israel's 12-day air campaign against Iran and then the one day of the U.S. strikes, Iran's security elements through the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and other organizations has been significantly damaged, as we all know, but more from an external perspective. What we're seeing play out in front of our eyes is the use of those capabilities and organizations to crack down so violently and ruthlessly on the Iranian people. So Iran still probably has the IRGC and these paramilitary groups and its intelligence and security service can do that. But what they probably will have a much tougher time doing is responding to a U.S. and or Israeli air campaign against it the way it unfolded last summer.
All right, Javed Ali, thank you.
All right, thanks, Knight.
Now let's bring in senior White House correspondent Selena Wang for more. Selena, President Trump posted on social media telling protesters help is on the way. And now he's warning of strong action if Iran follows through with executions. What kind of action is he considering?
Yeah, Diane, I mean, that's the big question. We've seen the president now for weeks really escalating his threats against the Iranian leadership. His latest threat saying that they're going to take very strong action if they start hanging protesters, saying, as you mentioned, help is on the way. But when the president says help, it's unclear exactly what he means or when he is intending to do that. Is the president talking about direct military action? Is he talking about a cyber attack? We did see earlier this week the president announcing that all countries doing business with Iran would face those 25% tariffs. Now, we have heard concerns from lawmakers from both parties that a direct military attack on Iran as a result of this could actually backfire and worsen the situation with protesters. But no question that the tensions across the region are rising here. You were just talking about this in your last segment, but a U.S. official has confirmed to ABC News this morning that some personnel have been advised to leave the Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar. As of tonight, they are being advised to leave by then. Remember, this is a base that Iran had attacked last June in retaliation to the U.S. airstrikes on several Iranian nuclear facilities.
Selena, on Greenland, Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio are set to meet with the foreign ministers of Greenland and Denmark at any minute to discuss President Trump's goal of acquiring the island. What are you watching for there?
I mean, no question, this is going to be a very tense and high-stakes meeting. We're told by officials that this meeting actually came at the request of Danish officials. Now, the backdrop here, of course, is that